Well, we're back this week for another edition of Te Akau TV, and what is quite a shortened edition, Reece. Not a huge amount of runners. I guess we had the midweek Group 1 meeting there at Matamata on Wednesday. How's the week been?
It's been a very good week, actually. It was great that the races were put on at Matamata. The track was beautiful. Credit to Graham Stiles and his team. The horses that were leading were kicking and winning, and horses had their chance from the back. So well done to them. Had a bit of a weather storm hit on Thursday, so the tracks are very heavy for Saturday. But look, it's springtime, and that's what happens. It's a very testing time for us all. But the horses are doing well, and the staff are doing an incredible job for us.
And captured by Love, Reece. What a performance!
She's pretty good. Look, nobody's fault whatsoever. Obviously, she's just reared as the gates open, but shit, that'd be one of the biggest performances I've ever seen. I remember a few years ago, Sacred Falls put up similar type performance, but didn't miss it as much as her. But her sectionals were off the chart, and she'll head to the Sarna Memorial into the 1,000 Guineas. It looks like she'll just eat a mile, which was the big question mark, whether she'd run out a strong mile. But off that, you just think she will easily.
And I guess Skew Whiff only narrowly went down there in second in the Group 1.
Unfortunately, look, Opie had to take his chance when he got given it. The gaps open, and he had to take them, which we all know she ended up there too soon. But when it presents like it did for her, you have to take it when it's there in Group 1 races. And unfortunately, obviously, one Bolcat, a massive training performance by Robbie Patterson. The horse went all the way to Hastings, back to New Plymouth, and then up to Matamata. So well done to him. He's a really good bloke, and he deserves it for sure. But our girl went down fighting, and it's good to see her back racing so well.
Where will we see her next race?
Look, we're just all up in the air at the moment with her. We'll just give it a few days. Obviously, it's Friday at the moment, so she's just having a couple of easy days, and we'll make a decision early next week. But we'd love to see her at a railway on Crack a Million night. That is going to be one of her main targets.
Excellent. Well, I guess the other winners on the card there, Wild Knight. Great to see him back in the winner's circle.
Oh, absolutely. Massive performance by the horse. Good training effort by Mark and Sam. Obviously, had his problems. Thanks heaps to all the owners also. Obviously, things didn't go to plan with them last season. They always stuck with us, never gave us any grief whatsoever. Let Mark and Sam do their job. Great ride by Warren. I feel sorry for Woodamoo. Unfortunately, had that barrier incident on Tuesday at the trials. He absolutely adores Maury, and he'll get his opportunity back on him again for sure. But the horse is going well, and it's good to see him winning again.
And what you wish for is Sutton to string together a few wins within the last 3 starts, and a second, obviously, as well.
Yeah, very promising type of horse going forward. We've just turned him out for a couple of weeks. He's obviously eligible for the 4-year-old Crack a Million series, so that's the plan with him. But it was great to see him hit the line so strongly. Obviously, his race at Ellerslie was enormous also. Obviously that horse on the inside got up over him, but I hope he gave him a peach on Wednesday, and he was massive.
Cool. And going back in time a little bit, Friday, My Lips Are Sealed. Nice victory there. She's starting to string together a couple of nice wins.
She's a very classy mare that's going through the grades nicely. She's still very nicely placed in the 75 grade, so we're able to give her another one in that grade before hopefully heading to some stakes targets. But it was a great ride by Woodamoo. She's a filly mare now that's going to go onwards and upwards through into some nice races in the early part of the summer.
And the Guineas trial there at Riccarton, Age of Discovery, the big strapping colt race, you tipped it as your best bet. Nice to see him win.
Yeah, he's a lovely animal. Obviously, nothing against the opposition, but I don't think he beat a hell of a lot. But how he did it very easily. Woodamoo barely moved on him. So there's still plenty underneath him. So he heads to the Water Crew next, and then into the 2,000 Guineas. And I see now he is the favourite. He's got a great ownership group. It's lovely to have the Windsor Park team a part of him after Dave purchasing him for a large amount. But hopefully he can end up at stud after winning the 2,000 Guineas, all going well.
And El Viento, there was a bit of dodgems there at some point in the straight, but Wiremu managed to push him out and get the win as well.
He's a beautiful horse also. Obviously, the step up to a mile from 1,200, it was not going to be an easy challenge. So Mark and Sam have done a wonderful job there to get him so so perfect. Obviously, had a quiet trial in between times. Great ride by Woodamoo. That's the way to ride him. And hopefully he can head towards a TAB mile now, knowing what used to be the Copelands in Cup Week.
Excellent. And there was one other winner there at Cranbourne on Wednesday in Exuberance. She looks like a filly with a bit of potential race.
Great to have Aussie Kira part of the stable also. Obviously, we had a high opinion of her in New Zealand. The Monavale team allowed us to train her, so we're very thankful to them. But it was great to see her knock off her maidens in such easy fashion. So onwards and upwards for her also.
Excellent. Well, just 7 runners in New Zealand this weekend across Saturday and Sunday at Tauranga, and down the line there on the synthetic at Awapuni. And we've got the 1 runner taking his place in the superimposed stakes at Flemington in Truth or Dare race. Let's talk about him first. He was a really impressive winner a couple of weeks back there at Cranbourne over, I believe, was it a mile or 1,800 metres? He's looking like he's stepping up and tripped really nicely.
He's going really well from all reports too. Mark's over there at the moment, and he's very happy with the way the horse is looking. Look, he made up good ground over a mile last start at Cranbourne. Gets a good look at Flemington. I do believe that track's really going to suit him. Ideally, it's good to get him a look around there for his final assignment being the Victorian Derby. So, look, we'll just ride him much the same again. He's got a good turn of foot. So, and we're happy that Mickey D sticks with the horse. The horse is flying and expect him to be running on strongly again.
Excellent. Go the Vanbrugh. Another, hopefully a big week for them race. Right, let's go to Tauranga, and we're kicking off in race number 1, the Bay of Plenty Equine Vets maiden 2-year-old. The Prozier Gelding Dare to Brazier draws barrier 5 with Opie Boston on board.
He's out of a Pentai mare, so you wouldn't really think he is a 2-year-old type, but look, he's built like one. He's a strong little bugger. He likes to get up on the chewy in his work. He's in great order. Really happy with him. Opie up from the outside barrier. That doesn't concern me too much. They'll run along at a good clip out in front. He sat back in his trial and ran on really strongly. Look, the horse that beat him, it would have been at least 15 kgs swinging the weights. So that just shows how good his trial was. Expect him to race well. You just can't discount our horses this time of the year in these 2-year-old races.
Race 2, the Gartshaw Construction Maiden 1400. Charm Rose had some decent trial form before her first couple of starts there, and ran a nice second at Matamata last start.
She did it tough at Matamata. She was deep on speed. She just went to the line fighting. She had every right just to drop out of it, but she didn't. Vinny sticks with her. She is a bit cantankerous at times. She can get a bit fired up, but Vinny seems to get on with her really well. From the draw, she should land into a nice spot. We won't bustle her out. She should be midfield. And hopefully up to the 1,400 metres, she can find the winning post first.
And race 4, the Epic Journeys USA and Canada Racing Extravaganza, rating 75 benchmark. Mazzucato looks like she's come up probably her best out of any prep of recent times, Reese. Won really well at Matamata last start, is going to enjoy the claim here at Tauranga on Saturday against probably a stronger opposition.
Exactly, obviously up in grade, but she's definitely up to it. It takes a very good filly to win during Cup Week in November at Riccarton, and she was able to. So she definitely has the class. Obviously, the track is going to be very, very testing. But she has handled it in the past, which is ideal. She's run a good placing in the stakes grade on heavy ground at Riccarton. Obviously, Tauranga heavy 10 will be completely different. But the 1,300 metres will suit her. From the draw, we'll just leave it up to Jess. She can be a bit tardy in the gates from time to time, but we'll be doing everything we can to get her into a nice position. And obviously that weight allowance will be key come Saturday. But look, like you say, she's probably the best she ever has, and she has. She's flying, and whatever she does do, she's certainly going to keep improving throughout her preparation.
Over to Awapuni there on Sunday, race number 3, the New Zealand Bloodstock 1,000 metres. Knowledge is power. He looks a bit of a speed horse. Race was a bit hit and miss as a 2-year-old, but the stable has had a bit of time for this horse.
We have. Look, we tried restraining him, trying to get him to relax, but he just doesn't want to. So we'll let him run over the 1,000 metres on Sunday. It'll be his go. Obviously, with the late nomination of Detrimental, has added a bit of class to the field. I think he's a very good horse there. But look, if we get away with some cheap sectionals out in front, there's no reason why the horse can't go on with it.
And down to race number 5, the rating 75 benchmark 2140. Beau Brummel, the son of Embellish, showed some good form in the south. Came back and ran 4th behind Stony Brick last start. How's he trucking?
Look, probably just raced a bit dour over the mile first up, step him up and trip straight away, get him more time to relax, get himself into a rhythm. Happy to have Craig Rules on him. He's a horse that can land up on speed, which will be ideal for him at Awapuni, so expect him to show sharp improvement.
Excellent. And race number 6, the Pave Masters 1200, rating 65 benchmark. Time is king. Craig Rules takes the mount, drawn barrier 6, 59.5 kilos.
Heading home from the South Island for a spell, so we give him a race along the way. Look, the horse was good last start when winning. Enjoys the poly from the draw. He's a very adaptable horse. He can get up on speed, or else he can come from the back. So we'll just leave it up to Craig. We'll give him a good warm up, but there's no reason why he can't go on with a winning way again.
And race number 7, Aberdeen on Broadway 1400. Some nice gallopers here for a synthetic track meeting. Draws the Moon Rocket takes his place in the field, draws barrier 8 with Craig Rules on board.
Same again, he's on his way back from the South Island, so he'll head to the stud after this race. But look, he's in great order. The team's really happy with him in the South Island. Craig Rules has won on the horse, so we're happy to have that jockey-horse combination on again. From the draw, we'll just ride him quietly. That's the way to ride him, and hopefully he has one last crack at them. He was good last start, went hitting the line very strongly. Probably just didn't get the gap early enough to explode through it. But the horse is well and happy and expect him to race well.
Excellent. Well, that wraps up the runners of the weekend. Reece, where's the best, or what's the best bet for the weekend?
I think Dare to Price here, he's going to be very, very hard to beat at Tauranga in race 1.
Excellent. Thanks for that, Reece. And I guess next week we head towards the Lever Bowl meeting, which has been reprogrammed there to Te Rapa on Saturday. Can you give us a quick update on Campionessa who heads to the Group 1?
So she raced very well on Wednesday at Matamata. Obviously, from 1,300 to 2,000 is not ideal, but we've given her plenty of work. We haven't been easy on her and expect her to race well. She's got an unbelievable record at Te Rapa, and the field is falling away. So she will be the class horse in there, and she'll run out of her skin.
Excellent. Well, thanks for your time, Reece, and we'll catch up with you again soon.